An allowance is a helpful tool for teaching children vital financial skills, like how to handle their own money and the difference between wants and needs. Do you intend to start giving your child an allowance, but you're not sure how much money is suitable or how to proceed? We're here to let you know that you are not alone. Many parents face this challenge. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about when and how to give allowances to your kids. Before we begin, though, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Promising Parenting Practices, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Now let's get into it. Everyone knows it's essential to learn how to correctly spend money and budget efficiently at some point in your life. There's no better time to learn this essential skill than when you're young. Children learn fast and can become successful when they are appropriately tutored. Giving a child an allowance may also be a brilliant way for you as a parent to educate them on how to manage money, train them to be financially responsible, and help them become more self-sufficient in their financial lives. While doing so, it is more crucial than ever to teach children their limits and expectations. Remember, we live in a society where entitlement seems to have reached ridiculous dimensions. These tips will help guide you on when and how to give allowances to your kids. Typically, there are no set rules on how much money you should give your child as an allowance, although it is advised that you should try not to go overboard. The amount depends on the family's financial status, the child's age, and in certain situations, the tasks the kid takes on to earn the allowance. Parents view this subject from different angles. Some parents believe that children should be allowed as soon as they understand the concept, probably around when they are 5 years old or when they begin kindergarten. Other parents prefer to follow the $1 per year guideline, which amounts to $1 per week for every age year. As an example, a 5-year-old may get $5 a week. You don't want your child to be too comfortable or wealthy, since they won't be motivated to discover methods to create money. In addition, there is no lesson to be learned if the money offered is sufficient to acquire almost everything on their current wish list. In the case of teenagers, less money is actually better. Receiving less of an allowance will motivate them to find a job and even discourage them from spending money on unnecessary items. Before deciding on the amount to give the child as an allowance, consider the following points. Determine how much money they will really need by asking yourself these questions. Will it affect your family's finances? What do you anticipate them purchasing with that allowance? Is it expected that they pay for their own activities with their allowance? Do they have to donate a portion of it to charity, or do you think they'll preserve some of it? When you finally decided on how much to give, it's essential to teach them how to manage their allowance responsibly by following these tips. Number 1, have conversations. The benefit of having conversations with your kids early in their lives cannot be overemphasized. Talk to them on a regular basis about money the same way you talk about everything else. Children are straightforward, particularly regarding their sentiments, emotions, and concerns. When your child wants to chat about their allowances, do your best to be accessible. Being accessible becomes more vital as your children get older. It helps them look up to you and believe more in your opinion above the opinions of others, not just in their finances, but also in many other aspects of life. So do well to establish a place for them to chat before they reach the age of adolescence. Number 2, establish spending rules. You have to be strict when setting the rules and ensuring your child follows the regulations. Some kids dislike spending their own money. Instead, they save their money and spend yours. When you go shopping as a family, get them to participate in budgeting. Make sure your kid pays for the items you agreed on rather than begging you to purchase them. Give your children a school supply budget each year and let them search around for the best price. Reward them by giving whatever money they save as a direct result of their research, a lesson that further underlines the need to conduct your research before making a purchase. Number 3, be consistent. Map out a structure for your kids' allowance and be consistent with it. You may decide to pay weekly for younger children or monthly for teenagers. This way, they'll know when they can expect the money. If the allowance is not regular, children will learn that they cannot rely on you or their allowance to plan and save, leaving them with the challenge of becoming financially structured. Number 4, spend, save, and give. When splitting the money into saving, spending, and gifting categories, you must get some props to help your child save. Using such items as jars, piggy banks, different wallets, or bank accounts to physically distribute the money to each category. This will assist youngsters in understanding where their money is going and how much they have remaining. Try to set a perfect example for your kids by saving money as a game. Many parents adore the Savings Spree app for children aged 7 and above. It makes learning about money both enjoyable and instructive. instructive. Apps work great for everything these days. The same applies to teens who benefit from money management applications. Simple worksheets or various piggy banks with different categories are appropriate for younger children. Number 5, involve the kids. Parents often underestimate the need to engage their children in financial matters. In fact, we often do our children a disservice by not engaging them more on economic issues. The truth is, they should be well informed about how their allowances are generated. Sure, there are several grounds against engaging children in financial matters. Including our children in the economic process provides long-term and short-term advantages. Children learn by example. Actions speak louder than words. If our children follow our example without seeing the broader picture, they will have to learn the hard way. We don't want to stress our children with grown-up issues such as credit card debt or lack of money. Help them understand things and don't assume it's none of their concern. Sometimes we may be ashamed to show them our flaws and failures. We may just lack the patience to explain everything. Number 6, do not punish by withholding allowance. Consistency is essential regardless of the allowance scheme you choose. Character is necessary, and when parents deduct allowance for poor conduct, discrepancies tend to emerge. Consequently, your kid is more likely to suffer concern over their allowance money, and that kind of negativity is not helpful to their financial education. Allowance is designed to be an educational tool rather than a luxury, so it should not be withheld as a punishment. Instead, adhere to other types of discipline, and if you start an allowance plan, keep up with it without fail. Have you made an attempt to implement any of these tips before now? When and how do you plan to give allowances to your kids? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. Please hit the like button and let us know if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Promising Parenting Practices, and hit the bell icon so that you're notified whenever we post new content. Thanks for watching.